Now we're in video 2, I think, and I charged it up, or I think this is video 3. It's charged up fully, 445 grams of YF refrigerant. I haven't started the vehicle yet. It's at rest. You can see there's 71 PSI on the high side, 62 on the low side. Has not been started up. We're gonna graft. This is a variable displacement compressor. So we're gonna graft the compressor and see how it goes through its startup pressures. Or we could do line temps, saturating, superheat and subcooling, but we're not gonna do that. We are going to do pressures. So here's our starting point. You can see the low side is in blue, high side is in red. Let's go start this up and see what happens. Let's map this compressor and see what its startup algorithm is. How does this thing ramp? Okay, I don't want to start this. I want to set everything. Let's go pedal to the middle. See, I don't want auto. Oh. Oh. Hello, why are we not as off on? I want face. And is there this fan all the way? I think we are, oh, let's make sure our flaps are all the way open and we're in the center position. You don't want your flaps folded over to the side. You don't want them all the way to the left, all the way right. You want to find that minimum position that makes the least amount of noise. The less amount of noise you have coming from your air ducts, the less velocity from the less restriction. So you want the least amount of restriction that you could do, and you can do that with your ears. I mean, you could do it with your eyes too, but you can actually hear the difference. So you're trying to get as much flow through the blower and over the evaporator by unloading the static pressure by having your vents pointing straight. Okay, as you can see right here, car is not started, but we're having a low side pressure change and the low side is going up. Why is the low side? Because we have air, warm air, pushing over the evaporator, heating up the evaporator, and there's gas in the evaporator. So simply by the matter of fact of blowing air over the evaporator, we're raising the low side pressure. See, the high side is staying steady. So now let's start the car. Okay, car is started. Let's wait for the compressor to kick in. We are on pressure. Yeah, we are on pressures. There it goes. That's the kick-in point right there. And I'm calling for the lowest temperature, so it's trying to achieve that as quickly as possible. Let's see, where did our pressure is down? 29 PSI. There we go. 31. Our high side is still climbing. 274. We have no fan. Whoa, check that high side out. Hey, there's an issue. That should not be 274 PSI. Okay. We got no fan. 370, okay, let's shut that off. All right, let's kill that. Okay, we fell to fault. This was just put together. Okay, so we shut it off, and we shut it off at 418 PSI. Let's see, did you get that? God damn, Apple, you really suck. All right, so we have a fault. And so all this was put back together. And now we are looking for the connector, because that's what I think he may have just forgot, the connector. And okay, I'm gonna turn the camera off and I'm gonna search for the connector. And it could be the fuse too, because when this was in an accident, if the fan was running and it got smashed, that means the fan stopped turning while electricity was being applied. And when you stop a motor, the current goes up and it'll blow the fuse. So either we have a connector off or a blown fuse. That's my hypothesis. All right. Remember, field piece. This is why you want something like this.